Hi, Ginger fans. Hope you're all keeping well. So let's keep this Ginger journey going. This time we're up to Noah. This is live in Melbourne. This comes in from Null Unit over on Patreon. Thanks for your request, Null Unit. And yeah, don't forget, guys, I have a Ginger playlist. So all the stuff, all Ginger related videos that I've done, it's up there in the corner or it's on the channel, just in case you've missed some of these along the way, you know. So don't forget to click that bell. And if you're enjoying these, don't forget to branch out on different bands as well. You know, I've done tons of other bands, different things. So yeah, there's a Whitney Houston one on there. Some of you might like. Love Whitney. And let's go.
Okay, and now I'm gonna show you how to rewrite the Bible. This is fucking Noah.
Dillinger escape plan vibes in there. Right, so let's run that back. 115 we got to. Right, what's going on?
Okay.
As always, I mean, the guitar riff's amazing. Of course it is. The drumming, though. Listen to how creative that drumming is. So he's got the Bill Ward, War Pigs, hi-hat going on throughout there. Sorry, everything's shaking now, yeah. So, got that to keep us in check. Da-da-da-da. So he goes between using the kick and the snare, ba-da-ba-da, da-da-da-da, and then another time, da-da-da-da, da-da-da, keeps the beat going there, and then he's got space. But it sounds like he's using the same formula through twice. So, hi-hat, snare, beat. Different beat that time, innit? And he does still have the sort of snare going on, da 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 da, but not da 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 da. So it's slightly different than the first one. Yeah. The main thing that stood out to me in this section, sort of from here on and throughout the verses when Tatiana came in, there was just triplets everywhere. Everywhere. Can I do triplets on my mic? All that kind of stuff. Where else do you get this? Like, come on, this is professional stuff going on here. start there, where you think it's going to come in? No. Triplets. It's all triplets. This here kind of stuff where it's playing off like slipping the beat sort of stuff. That takes serious skill. That, you know, to start playing around with the actual. It's a tempo. It's not even a time signature there. I think, could be wrong. Maybe there's some sort of sophisticated time signature change there, but it sounds like the tempo is sort of malleable and being moved around, which is, it's one thing to do that on your own, another thing to do it with two people, never mind a group. Especially in a live setting where everything's really loud, even if you've got any ears and stuff like that, it can be very difficult. So I have seen Vlad playing with the in-ear. You know, a lot of the time with the in-ears, they'll have the click track on there, which will help keep everybody even more tight. But I don't know, even still. Possibly Vlad just throwing me because of the sort of the ghost notes on the snare sounding like they're not on any obvious beats. I'm going to say that I'm even including complex obviousness. It sounds like say with like quintuplets, something like that. And so if you've got like a 1, 2, fitting a group of 5 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you imagine that group of 5, say with like the first one, the second one, and the fourth one missing, and you maybe just play the third and the fifth of that group of 5. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just like 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. That kind of thing is what it's making me think of. So if he's not slipping the tempo, that kind of stuff's very intricate. The winner's not coming. The motion forward. The arc is all the time his eye. If it's on the town, watch you out inside. So dissonant. Sort of on the verge of chaos. Harmonically on the verge of chaos, really. You know, it's not all that uncommon to get sort of dissonance in metal. You know, we do get those sort of tritones and minor second intervals kind of things. All those kind of things where, like, if you were playing on a piano, say, things that even though it would be in the key of E, that's my rooted note there. All those kind of notes, it's usually, if you get those kind of things, it's not usually turned up to 10. That's kind of what this feels like. It's kind of like everything's dissonant here. It's just painful. It doesn't want to sort of give you the sort of like a minor or a major anywhere. Doesn't sound like it anyway on a first listen. It sounds like we're just playing everything sort of. Where else could we have? Diminished, augmented, things like that. What is not to be, let it fly. That's something to put a melody over that. You know, it manages to still be melodic sounding, but almost like no melody I've ever heard. You know, it's not a bad thing. Um, that's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Yeah, because I'm listening to that and I'm like, oh, I can see it. That sounds a bit like this. Sounds a bit like that. It just doesn't really sound like anything else. Um, in this kind of genre, it's making me think more of atonalism. I'm getting into sort of classical music there. When I say classical, I don't mean like Mozart or Beethoven. I mean like what you would expect to hear, orchestral music, sort of more contemporary composers. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of atonalism and that kind of stuff when it comes to classical music. I'm more prefer things like say Rachmaninoff or Scriabin. Now Scriabin's music on the sort of later stuff of his started to get more experimental. I like that. And Debussy, where they are using sort of a lot of dissonance in their music, but they're also blending it with more familiar harmonies and extending. It's kind of like they're they're doing like spicier versions of harmonies we've heard before, as opposed to sort of just clash upon clash upon clash. Although interestingly enough, I find that even though I don't overtly enjoy that kind of stuff, it's not that I don't enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It's just I don't feel myself being compelled to listen to it a lot. When I put it on, I'm like, yeah, it's class, but I don't really want to listen to it again for whatever reason. Maybe just because it's kind of difficult stuff to listen to. Um, it's more cerebral, which is fine. There's a time and a place for that, but sometimes you want something a bit more emotional. Um, so with things like Bartok, Schoenberg, who's the other guy? Somebody like Messiaen. They're all composers that I've taught before on piano and learned their music. And whenever you start getting into those things where it almost sounds like wrong notes. There you go. There's my best improvisation in that kind of style. Maybe not my best, but the best you're going to get right now. Um, the point I was going to make was it's fun to play, really fun to play. Can be very, very difficult to learn, but very fun to play. So I'm on a little bit of a tangent here, but it's amazing how I'm getting. I'm even in this tangent. How many metal, I use metal in a sort of broad term, but I mean, let's face it, it is really metal based kind of music. How many metal bands make your mind go to composers like that? I can't think of any time I've been sitting listening to a metal band and be like talking about Schoenberg or Messiaen. It doesn't happen very often. So these guys, I'm sort of curious to know, is that in their palette? Are those kind of composers in their musical palette the same that they're in mine? From learning those pieces. So that's the reason why I can talk about them, is because they're part of my musical history, if you like, of things that I've learned and things that I've taught as a piano teacher. Is that in there, or are they kind of? Is it all mainly gut instinct? With their instrument, are their ears leading, helping them guide their way, or are they drawing influence on those classical composers? Do you know that? Is it something that none of us really know? Have they talked about it? Yeah, just sparking a bit of a conversation here. So let's push on. This is cool. I'm really liking this because it's even within the Jinjer universe, I feel like, of things where I'm used to distortion, or not distortion, dissonance. This one feels even more cranked. Even in the melodic part. Those kind of displacements actually remind me more of jazz. The rhythmic displacements, because of the consistent beat, you get that kind of those polyrhythms and different things going on within classical music, of course, as well. But because a lot of jazz that you would hear is usually played with a drummer, I guess that's probably why it's making me think a wee bit more of jazz rhythms. Straight upbeat now from Vlad. Well, it's not straight, but straight in his universe. What is that about out of me? If it's all the time, what you haven't done. The Yankees and treason by the ocean. The blessed giant failed a mission. The ransom is over. Couldn't be any further away from something like Pisces. Just shows you, like, even if you'd only heard this song and that song, how much these guys can offer. So although you could recognize it's the same band, compositionally so far apart, with so many things. The Pisces one is probably a better song in that it ticks more boxes of things that people would associate with being, a really good song. This feels a lot more experimental, and then especially because of the lack of harmony or traditional harmony that we would be used to. Whenever I transcribed Pisces, something that became more obvious to me whenever I was arranging it for piano was how much of it is sort of using sort of kind of diatonic A minor chords, and it's got the minor ninth in there. But even though there were tritones and things in there as well, like, so there's definitely dissonance in that. But anyway, that one felt a lot more sort of melodic. Anyway, I think what I was trying to say is I love the fact that they're not just trying to make the same song over and over again, which a lot of bands would do. I'm not sure chronologically what's going on. Was Noah before Pisces or was it after? It feels like, I'm guessing it was after, because it feels, well, I shouldn't really be guessing. Should know at this point. It has to be after, doesn't it? I mean, even it has to be. I mean, purely if you'd only heard those two songs, I guess you could make an argument for either or. You could say that, a band that maybe was experimenting and was maybe lacking success, you might think they might try to craft a song like Pisces to get more views, get more listeners, because it's more palatable for most people, I would say, than this. Or you could argue the case the other way around, that Pisces, because of the sort of more traditional harmony and stuff that's being used there, could be something that come earlier, and then the experimentalism is as it goes on. I guess because of the journey I've had, and I've already listened to Wallflowers, that album sounds more evolved to me. So although they're using a lot more dissonance and all the rest of it, it's more complex music. It's definitely more complex. Anyway.
You're fucking incredible.
Dark stuff. The darker it gets, the bigger the smile I get. Despite my lovely, clean white shirt today, it's just a white shirt because even though it's not ironed either, it's kind of presentable. Most of the stuff is just covered in dog hair, and yeah, try to make a bit of an effort for you guys, and then we turn the camera off, take it all off and just run around and rub arse on the walls, not that wall though, because that one's on the camera, and that one too, but these walls are just brown. Need coffee? I need coffee. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, click the stuff and buy the stuff on Bandcamp. If you do enjoy what I'm doing and you want to help support me, Bandcamp's your best bet. Go to Bandcamp because you can buy that for the same price of the coffee, and you're getting all my music. So thank you very much to everybody that is helping support the channel that way. It means a lot. Really appreciate your support, guys. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.